cameras. Whether it's on your phone, your point and shoot, which is the little digital compact camera, or your DSLR. Okay, I see less hands than I expect, but how many of you take pictures frequently? Whether it's at a key club banquet, an interact dance, or just to go out and eat. Or selfies, yeah, okay. Well, I'm the kind of person who forces my friends to wait 5 or 10 minutes longer for their food because I feel the need to take an Instagram-worthy picture of it. And so I'll just be like, oh yeah, let me take one at this angle, and hey, can you get your fork out of the way? Can you get out of the way? and by the time I'm done, they're starving, and our food is a little less warm than when it came out, but it's worth it because my Instagram looks nice. So yes, I am that friend, and well, with the continuing surge of camera units from 20 million to 120 million in just 9 years, photography has become a very popular and powerful medium to use to spread news about a wide array of things, like using past photos to promote an upcoming school event, or depicting nationwide and worldwide tragedies through a single frame. It also plays a part in how major organizations come into fruition, such as like Vivian Trin mentioned earlier, Vivian Har's Make a Stand Foundation. So she became an influential figure because she saw this photo of Nepalese child slaves working instead of playing as they should, as they should play, not work. So today, Make a Stand donates 5% of its gross revenues to other organizations like Free the Slaves, International Justice Mission, and Nepalese Youth Foundation. And that all started because a young girl came across a powerful photo at the age of 8. When the Boston Marathon bombing occurred April of last year, I came across photos that struck a chord with me, that made me realize I have a responsibility in this world, and these 2 photos are the ones that affected me the most. And if you don't like gory images, please close your eyes now because there's a bone. So these are the photos, and there was blood splattered on the sidewalks. There were limbs torn and barely attached to the runner's torso. There were compassionate runners who sprinted to the aid of strangers, and all of this was captured by photojournalists who I both admire and hope to match up to one day. These participants ran because they wanted to support charities, and instead they were met with an explosion. 250 people, runners and spectators, were injured, and 3 died. Now, across the world, there are extreme circumstances that are also captured, but they don't just end in injuries, they end in more deaths. The death count is higher. And take Syria's civil war, for example, which has been ongoing for 3 years, even though it was highlighted just this year. So this is a band, what you see here is a band of rebels, the exact moment before a tank shell slammed into them, causing their death by means of incineration and reducing them to ashes. Now, if someone like Vivian Har came across this photo years earlier, maybe this could have been prevented. But if you look at it this way, maybe this could be prevented in the future because you're all seeing this now. And I'm up here today because ever since the night of the Boston Marathon bombing, and I realized my responsibility in this world, it's to dispel ignorance by turning the general public into eyewitnesses of the world's horrors. I photographed people, places, and events for 4 years now, and only recently, when I started my college apps, that I experienced and learned firsthand the impact of a photo. I want to walk away today inspiring a band of photographers or photojournalists who will use the medium of photography to their full advantage, to really prove what it can do for people and causes around the world. Now, I can stand up here and talk to you all day about how the world is in such despair, and I can talk about the world's problems like world hunger or unfair labor conditions, or I can show you. Now, I can't convince you through words to start an organization, to take action, but I'm sure a photo can. Thank you. Also, if this is your last class, you should feel free to come 7th period because we'll have more speakers.